Good morning. Today we are going to talk about general market equilibrium. Last time we talked about models of an isolated market in which we are going to talk about only one commodity, but actually in real life we cannot find the commodity in isolation as there are a large number of substitutes and complements for this commodity in the market. In case of isolated market, equilibrium condition consists of only one equation, which is QD equals QS for a single commodity. So equilibrium will be achieved when QD minus QS equals 0, where E stands for excess demand, which means that there is no excess demand. And if it's equals 0, which means also that there is no excess supply. Let's assume for simplicity that the market consists of two commodities only. In this case, we have equilibrium condition for commodity number 1 and for commodity number 2, and supply and demand equation for commodity 1 and commodity 2. So this is QZ 1 equals QS 1, which is equilibrium condition for commodity 1. QD1 equals A node plus A1 B1 plus A2 B2. As there are an interaction between the two commodities, they are either substitutes or complements for each other, so the price of each one of them is going to affect the quantity demanded of another. And the same with respect to supply. It will be B node plus B1 B1 plus B2 B2. And with respect to the second commodity, the equilibrium condition will be achieved when QD2 equals QS1, QS2, and QD2 equals alpha node plus alpha 1 B1 plus alpha 2 B2, and QS2 equals beta node plus beta 1 B1 plus beta 2 B2. Now we would like to find equilibrium in both markets. As a first step, we have to eliminate variables. by substituting the second and third equations into the first one. So we are going to substitute QD and QS in equation number 1. But we have to rewrite equation number 1 in another form to be QD1 minus QS1 equals 0. And here QD2 minus QS2 equals 0. Now we are going to substitute QD and QS in the equation. So it will be A node plus A1 B1 plus A2 B2 minus B node plus B1 B1 plus B2 B2 equals 0. Now we can combine similar terms together. So it will be A node minus B node plus A1 minus B1 B1 plus A2 plus A2 minus B2 B2 equals 0. And we are going to do the same for the second market. So it will be alpha node plus alpha 1 B1 plus alpha 2 B2 minus beta node plus beta 1 B1 plus beta 2 B2 equals 0. So we can write it as alpha node minus beta node plus alpha 1 minus beta 1 B1 plus alpha 2 minus beta 2 multiplied by B2 equals 0. Now we are going to write, instead of A node minus B node, a symbol instead of this equation, just to shorthand the equation. So we can write it as C1 or Ci equals AI minus Bi. So if it is C1, it will be A1 minus B1. If it is a C node, it will be A node minus B node, and so on. Also, with respect to alpha and beta, we can write it as gamma I equals alpha I minus beta I. So returning back to the two main equations, the last two equations, this is number 1 and this is number 2. We can replace the bracket with C in this case and with gamma in this case. So it will be C node plus C1 B1 plus C2 B2 equals 0. And the same with respect to gamma, it will be gamma node plus gamma 1 B1 plus gamma 2 B2 equals 0. Okay, now we would like to solve the equation for the value of B1. So first of all, we can write the equation as C1 B1 plus C2 B2 equals negative C node. And the same here, alpha 1 B1 plus, gamma 1 B1 plus gamma 2 B2 equals negative gamma node. Now we can solve the two equations in order to find the value of of B1 and B2. So by solving equation 1 and substituting in equation 2, we can find that the value of B1, which is the equilibrium value of B1 in the market, it will be C2 gamma node minus C node gamma 2 divided by C1 gamma 2 minus C2 gamma 1. And the same with respect to B2. It will be C node gamma 1 minus C1 gamma node divided by C1 gamma 2 minus C2 gamma 1. So this is the equilibrium prices for the two different commodities, and we can substitute in the equations in order to get the equilibrium quantity. Example. If you are given the following data, that QD1 equals 10 minus 2B to B1 plus B2, and the QS1 equals negative 2 minus 3B1. While with respect to market of commodity 2, it will be QD2 equals 15 plus B1 minus B2. And with respect to quantity supplied, it will be negative 1 plus 2B2. Required to find the equilibrium quantities, equilibrium price and the quantity. So first of all, in order to be able to answer this question, we have to identify the value of C node, C1, C2, gamma node, gamma 1, gamma 2. So with respect to C node equals A node minus B node, and C1 A1 minus B1, C2 A2 minus B2. This is A node, A1, A2, B node, B1, B2. So we can write the value of C node as 10, which is A node, minus B node is negative 2, which is minus negative 2. It will be 12. With respect to C1, it will be negative 2, which is A1, minus B1, which is negative negative, sorry, here is positive, not negative 1. So the value negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. With respect to C2, it will be A2, which is 1, minus B2, which is 0. So it will be 1. Gamma node, using the same way, it will be 15 minus negative 1, it will be 16. 1 minus 0, it will be 1. Negative 1 minus 2, it will be negative 3. So this is the value of C's and gammas that can be used in order to substitute in B1 bar and B2 bar in order to find the equilibrium. So now we are going to substitute with these values in B1 bar, which is C2 gamma node minus C node gamma 2 divided by C1 gamma 2 minus C2 gamma 1. So it will be C2, it's 1, multiplied by gamma node, which is 16, minus C node, which is 12, multiplied by gamma 2, which is negative 3, divided by C1, which is negative 5, multiplied by gamma 2, which is negative 3, minus C2, which is 1, multiplied by gamma 1, which is 1. So the equilibrium price will be $3.71. So the equilibrium price of B1 will be 3.71. And we are going to do the same with respect to B2. Just we are going to substitute in the equation of B2, which is C node gamma 1 minus C1 gamma node divided by C1 gamma 2 minus C2 gamma 1. This is the common. They are equivalent to each other. Okay. So with respect to the numerator, it will be C node, which is 12, multiplied by gamma 1, which is 1, minus C1, it's negative 5, multiplied by gamma node, which is 16. So the value will be 12.14. Now we are going to use equilibrium price of P1 and B2 in order to get the equilibrium quantity by substituting in the equilibrium in the equation. By substituting in QD or QS, you can find the equilibrium quantity of Q1, and the same with respect to Q2. So it will be, if we are going substituting QS, it will be -2 plus 3 multiplied by B1, which is 3.71. So the equilibrium quantity will be 9.13. And the same with respect to supply commodity 2, it's -1 plus 2 multiplied by B2, which is 12.14. So the equilibrium quantity will be sorry, this price is not 12.14, it is 6.57. Here equilibrium quantity will be 12.14. Actually, number of commodities can increase from 2 commodities to a large number of commodities, and you have to solve a system of simultaneous equations together in order to get the value of B's, which is the prices, different prices, and the equilibrium quantities as well. This is the end of our lecture today. Thank you and see you next week.